And you already know on this channel, we hold racist Caucasian people accountable, because if we don't, who will? And before we start this video, if we don't like black people, black issues, black talks, get to stepping. Imagine waking up one morning in your neighborhood and the U.S. Army is spraying chemicals over your home. And not just one time, but for many years. This what happened to our people in St. Louis. And the government tried to hide it. But on my channel, y'all already know I let nothing slide. Run the tape.
Now to a News Nation exclusive investigation into a secret government experiment that was carried out in St. Louis. Residents tell us they still remember a mysterious fog. Children would run through it. Mothers would try and close their windows against it. For decades, they all had questions, and now we're seeking answers. The United States Army now admits that it sprayed a chemical that contained cadmium, a known carcinogen, on a neighborhood of more than 10,000 people. Critics say this was done with no warning and no consent. Well, tonight we return to the site of that demolished neighborhood and speak with former residents who believe the government turned them into human test subjects. Although the Army admits that the test happened, it is not admitted to harming the residents. News Nation's Natasha Zuvez investigates what was in the fog and why the truth may still be buried.
The fog drifted through the streets like a ghost.
That's exactly what it looked like, a thick fog.
It was summertime and it was hot. We would just run through it as fast as we could and try to just cool ourselves off. It stuck to you.
The spray was so foul as far as the odor. It made some of us have headaches, nausea, dizziness.
That's what I remember. It made me sick.
It wasn't the weather. It was an eerie smoke descending from rooftops, rolling from the backs of trucks.
Regular flatbed truck, but it had a big machine on the back. And it had a big nozzle that really sprayed a fog you couldn't even see through.
Make that make sense. And I keep telling y'all over and over and over again, there's nothing new under the sun. I keep seeing the same patterns with the U.S. Army, the cops, these racist Caucasian people. They always interfere with the progression of black people. Tell me I'm lying. For example, Black Wall Street, Oscarville, Georgia, the Black Panthers, the crack era, the 1985 move bombing, hip hop, Hurricane Katrina, Roseland, Louisiana, Cancer Alley in Louisiana, and sadly, I can go on and on. So again, please tell me I'm lying. And it's crazy how I'm always telling y'all nothing has changed. That's why I love TikTok, because TikTok is going to show you nothing has changed from the past until now. It's going to show you what's really going on. Yeah, YouTube is cool. Instagram is cool. Facebook is cool. But TikTok is going to show you what's really going on. And this is the reason why Trump wanted to send the National Guards to D.C. to provoke our people, but they didn't fall for it. They're not showing you this side of the news. Run the tape.
What's up?
Just walking through, making sure everybody's good. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, we good, sir.
All right, perfect.
Ooh, that's crazy. You guys just hang out with this?
Oh, you almost spilled it on me.
My bad.
He's funny looking at these kids. $30, no, you gotta go do 5 more.
And like I always say, make that make sense. Look, throughout history, our people had to deal with these demons, but the rabbit hole gets even deeper. But before I take it there, let's go back to our people from St. Louis. Check this out. And this article is by News Nation. It was published 4 days ago. Did the government poison a city inside the Army secret test in St. Louis? In the 1950s and 60s, the U.S. Army sprayed zinc cadmium sulfide, a compound containing cadmium, a known carcinogen, in the city of St. Louis. The government now admits to a secretive series of Cold War era tests, including one dubbed large area coverage. More than 30 tests were carried out in the U.S. and Canada, spraying zinc cadmium sulfide from planes, rooftops, and vehicles. St. Louis was chosen for spraying experiments specifically because of its physical similarities to Moscow. According to the National Research Council, its population density, terrain, and river access made it an identical analog for the Soviet city. The residents, most of them black and most of them poor, say they were never told. Make that make sense. And the cold part is this lasted for years. So fast forward to now, most of them have died from cancer. And it makes you step back. When you look at what happened in Roseland, Louisiana, was that really by accident? Was that really a mistake? Because I told y'all in a live I did last week, I told y'all the tangible whole river is important, and they know that. They know people have farms. They know people have cattle. They know people had crops. They knew all of that. But this is where the rabbit hole gets even deeper, and it all makes sense now. Check this out. Yet studies have found that air pollution, including chemicals released by industrial facilities, is linked to increases in violent crimes, such as assault. The connection is not the pollution causes crime directly, but rather that it can negatively affect brain function and behavior, leading to increased aggression and impulsivity. The link between pollution and crime highlights issues of environmental justice. Industrial facilities, including chemical plants, are often located in or near low-income communities and communities of color. These marginalized populations therefore bear a disproportionate burden of air pollution and the associated public health and social risks, including higher rates of violent crime. Make that make sense. And how ironic, this St. Louis neighborhood had a mobile plant. They wasn't next to a plant, but they had men in hazard suits spraying toxic chemicals over their homes. That's why I'm always telling y'all on YouTube, do not listen to, I can't say the word, but you know what I mean. They hate their skin. They hate their people. They love to make videos about black people so they can make money off it. They love the dysfunction of black people, but they'll never talk about where all this stuff originated from. So you telling me it took them over 70 years to admit this? Your own army. So like I said earlier, like I asked earlier, what else they hiding? So before I go, I'm going to calm down when I say this. It's important for our people to know your history. Why you think Trump trying to wipe out everything in our history so they can repeat the same cycle over and over and over again? But not on this channel, not on my watch, because they always try to make black people seem like the bad guy. All along, it's them. I'm out.
Many of us been in the military and had top secret clearances. We know how it works.
We have died for America. We have fought for America.
You are a veteran.
I am United States Air Force veteran.
Dr. Starks, you're a veteran as well,
Yes, I am. I'm an Air Force veteran also.
Is there a sense of betrayal here?
Definitely. Definitely.
They want to know if those secret tests have anything to do with what they're observing with their own eyes.
I lost my two older siblings to cancer. I lost a brother last month.
I've been diagnosed recently with a rare form of lymphoma.
I had cancer of the left kidney, had partial removal of my left kidney.
News Nation reached out to the Army for answers. They provided a one-page response. It says the Army's own Center for Health Promotion and Preventive Medicine investigated in 1994 and found inhalation exposure would not pose a health risk. They also cite later corroborating reviews, including a 1997 review by the National Research Council. Perhaps they assumed we wouldn't read the NRC's 380-page report, but we did, and the Army's statement doesn't show the full picture.